Welcome to the Chop Team. I'm your host, Seth the Dart Child.
I'm your host, Twins Inc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. We back. How everyone doing today?
What's up?
Except Darch, how you doing, my brother?
So far, so good.
All right,
It'd be
ladies.
hard to be greater.
I know, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, you see the topic today. And the topic is junk that people say.
This is a Chop Team original, because we will be chopping it up.
And what we chopping up today is early of last week. I posted a short video clip about when you're in a relationship and a man's providing for you, what are you bringing to the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once again, you're in a relationship for somebody that is providing for you. What are you bringing to the table? So I'm not going to go through that whole video spill all over again. But what we're going to do today, the Chop Team, we're going to chop up some of these comments because some of the stuff need to be unpacked, right? I couldn't sit there and type all day. I'm still got to work and do everything else. It's just too much going on here. But we're going to read through these comments. I ain't going to say no names. You go to the post, you'll see the name is, but I ain't going to put the person on blast. But the comment, I'm putting on blast. It's on social media and it's there. So if it is, we're hard. Oh, guess what? We're not live, so you can't go and delete it right now. Gotcha.
Got him.
So once again, the conversation again, the topic of what the things we're going to chop up. The topic was in the relation that you're in for a man who's providing for you. Focus for the man you're in a relationship with somebody, right? And they're providing for you, right? So in that particular relationship, what are you bringing to the table? Was the question.
Wait. Unpack time.
Okay. Dang. Out the gate.
Okay. First off.
Okay.
People, ladies specifically, why did this man have to go dang on near straight legalese to make a question? If everyone who hears the question understands the spirit of the question, but this dude literally just said, "What does a man who does da 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 da?" He broke it down to the simplest level possible, just to have a conversation. That got to stop. Y'all aren't children. Talking to a woman shouldn't be like talking to a prosecutor in front of a judge. Okay, we should be able to ask you a question and get an answer. Okay, I told you.
I know, right?
Okay. You know what? I'm sorry. Back to the previously scheduled program.
Listen, it is, but this one is actually separate from the Chop Team or my comment I had. But I did watch the show from Kevin Samuel because I'm a big Kevin Samuel watcher, supporter.
He's the Godfather.
The Godfather. So you got to listen and pay attention to know what's going on in the world. But he had a conversation with a woman who was an attorney. I don't know if it was criminal or whatever, but long story short,
doesn't matter.
She's a lawyer.
She's a professional
lawyer, right? And so it doesn't matter if you have someone, but he asked her about why her and her child's father, they actually got married. Why did they get separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said because he was abusive.
We're gonna use a different word.
Okay.
Donovan Sharp came up with Isuba.
Okay.
Which is abusive spelled backwards.
Oh.
So Isuba.
So she said the guy was
Isuba
to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for Kevin, if you watch his shows, he doesn't just take that and run with it. Like that's what you're gonna lead with. Mind you, he has a platform that now has over 1 million people now. This is 1 million people that subscribe to his show. 1 million people.
1.1.
I think 11. It's 11 now.
1.11 million. So
these people are subscribed to him. So one on the national platform that big, even though we don't know, she didn't say the guy's name. Someone knows her. Okay, Someone knows her. So the fact that now that guy's being painted in the picture as being someone who is a
Isuba.
Yes, but now, so once again, he had to unpack that. So he said, so you just sit on the couch watching TV and he just came over and started beating you for no reason. And she's like, no. So more of the story that he was saying that is this. Women are so quick to say,
Isuba.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna mess it up. That they but he said, so what did you do?
Ooh, that's
And listen, and as we state on my show, me personally, that's set the Dr. Child, him personally as well, we will never condone a woman that has been
no, we're not Isuba.
Isuba,
Yeah,
right?
we're not saying
No.
it does happen.
It happens, but once again, because I was talking to a lady friend recently. I said, listen, I have a daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she calls me and tell me that her dude did anything like that, me, her uncle, brothers, whatever, we're gonna roll up, right? And it's gonna get handled, right? But on top of that, I'm gonna keep her accountable on top of that too. So yeah, I'm gonna come and jack up your boyfriend, whatever, whoever he is, right? But on top of that, I'm gonna keep you accountable because he didn't walk through the door and start swinging for no reason. Ladies need to understand, verbal abuse is longer lasting effect than physical abuse. And I'll say this: I've been beat plenty of times for things that I did, right? Tore up, beat, so I got butt whoopings, you know what I'm saying? And so I've been beat so many times, I can't remember which one goes to what, right? I just remember the scenario where I did and got beat, but whatever, it happens, right? You know what I'm saying? I've been beat, but I don't relive that butt whooping every day. But I can tell you something that was said to me by a particular person that was a woman that I can't never forget and get out of my head. So the moral of the story is that she eventually confessed herself, like, yeah, I was the person who say XYZ things and kind of cheered a man. So what do you think was going to happen after a certain while, right? But you come out here and you present this guy as this
abuser.
He's got his own word. Isuba, right? But you didn't come to say, what you should have said was, you know what, we both did some bad things and it just didn't work out. Cool.
Because that would have required accountability.
Exactly. But she didn't want to take it. And she's a lawyer.
You know what?
So, and the thing is, she was a lawyer. So you go to court every day and you have to say certain things in front of people and you have to be very articulate in what you're saying.
Words have power.
Words have power. You know it because this is your field. So you come on the show ranking your title, what you done and who you are, but then you already misrepresent someone. And then when he asked her a question, I said, because she'd been married for this dude, she got married, certificate for 5 years, they got married, right? And got separated after the fact. Probably a year after they got back. He asked her, so during the first 5 years, was he beating on you? No. No. So what happened? And then whatever happened, then they got divorced. So woman, so you are the reason why XYZ happens, okay? If he didn't do it before, because if he did it before, you probably wouldn't have married him, right? Why would he change after he has a child born to the world? That makes no sense. Makes no logic. But anyway, I don't want to go too deep off, but go ahead before I continue.
I just want to add a little thing, thinking about my own life.
Yeah.
Violence in my life has never, ever, ever happened out of the blue, except for random violence in the street. I've been robbed in the street at gunpoint. Random. Hey, I've never experienced personal relation violence, and I mean this with my mom, with my girl, whatever. There's always words that lead up to something.
Facts.
So I don't like the fact that the legal system is like, well, you should have been strong enough mentally to avoid hitting somebody in the eye. How much am I supposed to put up with coming out this person's mouth before I'm allowed to hit them in the eye as much as they can dish out? That doesn't seem fair.
Right.
That doesn't seem fair at all, because there has to be a limit. And since there isn't a limit, I don't think it's fair that certain one half of our species is more than capable of talking all the way past the limit and then run into some people in blue suits,
Daddy,
or something like that.
No, right. I'm saying, no, not Daddy. No, the people in blue shirt, when they call Daddy, that's their savior.
Yeah, what do you want to call the government daddy? Gaddy. I'm gonna go run into Gaddy. Right. The moment I talk, my mouth write a check, my butt can't catch.
Right, because when you was huffing and puffing and jumping in the man's face, you know what I'm saying? You crossed the line.
You did.
And listen, I have a guy. I'm a teacher. You should never, ever in your life think you could jump in front of a man and do XYZ. Like, don't put yourself in predicament. You're not a man, so don't do it. I don't care how tough you think you are, because if something do happen, You're going to call somebody. You're going to call the police or you're going to call your dad. And guess what? Now you put my life in danger because now I have to handle the situation. If I call my uncle or friends, I'm to come ahead, like you putting both our lives in danger because we're going to come through and we're going to handle dude.
And you misrepresented what you call the truth.
Exactly. And that's how it's so dangerous. And now you wonder why we don't protect y'all. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep off that. But when said that.
That was fun, though.
That was fun, though.
It needed to be said.
It
so wait. Message.
So anyway, back to the original topic. And we're talking about junk that people say. So that's kind of still on topic.
Yeah, we got to chop up everything because people say junk.
So first off, this person said, I feel like, right there. You should never, ever lead in any argument, debate, HR issue with I feel. Soon as you put I feel, you're downhill. You messed up. You're in your feelings.
If you have a therapist, feel free to lead what I feel.
Yes. But when you don't have a therapist, you're talking to random people, you got work and stuff, it doesn't fly. Nope. I feel holds no weight because I can't dictate how someone feel about something. Mm-hmm. I can say just the wall's white. Mm-hmm. Seth can take it at no, it's not. It's cream or whatever color, and then we get an argument because he felt no. We don't base on that. Okay, so don't lose your feelings. So anyway, this person said, I feel like any man that has the ass shaming, ass this doesn't know what a real woman is. And it's about the guy in the video. He said all the guy's saying he brings to the table was a house and being an electrician. I have a house. I can hire an electrician. So what exactly does he bring? So for Seth, chop this all the way up. Listen, I don't understand why if we ask you a question, just respond to the question. If you can't answer the question, that is cool. Sit back, let the conversation fly. Right? If you can't answer it, it's okay. But if I pose a question out there is why this computer is black, I don't understand. Like, well, why did you? No, you cannot respond a question with a question. Answer the question. It is what it is. Don't try to diverge it.
It's because it's the color.
Right. So when you say I feel, baby girl, stop it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, and then when I ask her a question and respond, I said, well, you know what? Because I like to have a conversation with people and I don't disrespect people. So if you throw a statement out there, I'm going to challenge you to your statement. Mm-hmm. So I replied back to her. I said, okay, Miss Lady, whatever, the world, we all like to know. The question is, so what is a real woman? You think she replied? No.
Well,
but go ahead, Seth. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to stay focused on this. I'm not going to get all into it. But what was her statement?
I feel like any man that has to ask this doesn't know what a real woman is.
Okay.
All he's saying he brings to the table is a house, being an electrician. I have a house.
See,
what?
No. See, that's in. First off, I found that talking to women does this. If any man that asks that question doesn't know what a real man is, right? Mm-hmm. And then she threw some other table scraps out there to get all the dogs in the yard to start barking. That was a sentence in itself. You feel like any man that asks that question doesn't know what a real woman is. That should have been a period. But they always do this. They throw so much junk on. It's like throwing chum in the water for the sharks. You don't even know what's going on after a minute. She did that on purpose because she knew her first statement was faulty. Let me clear that up. You feel like any man that asks that question doesn't know what a real woman is. Okay, I am going to be schizophrenic for a moment. So you have Seth the Dark Child who is going to say the reason men don't know what a real woman is because for the last 3 generations, we've been raised by effinists, womanists, whatever you want to call them. And they have totally destroyed the definition. So it's incumbent upon you women's out there to redefine what a woman is. But with the added caveat that what y'all have been doing, suck rocks. Don't nobody like it. You are wrong. Don't keep giving us the same and telling us it's different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Okay? So that's the Seth the Dark Child. Now, my alter ego, Hadrian the Earthborn. Hadrian says, well, if we as men don't actually know what the definition of a woman is, so we're asking that question, it does behoove you to try to set an example so that we can base our future decisions off of. We are confused. I own up to that. We are confused. I don't know what a real woman is, not because I don't think I used to know, but the definition keeps changing, and that got to stop. You can't keep moving the goalposts and expect to reach a goal. All right. Now, what was the second half that she just threw out down on the floor?
Oh, in the second half of that, she said was, I have a house and I can hire an electrician. What exactly does he bring to the table?
Okay, first off, see that part right there. I have a house. Awesome. Are you willing? If right now I have a house, I have a car, I have a career, personally, right now. If I put that on a dating app, women would flock to me, maybe, because I'm still, hey, I might not be your cup of tea and I don't care about that. But the point being is I say, I have this, and if you come to me, I will make you part of my life and I will love you. Do you think some women would jump at that?
Maybe.
Okay, women, if you are leading with that, I got a house, I got a car. If you are leading with that, then own that junk. Go find you a man working at McDonald's who is willing to love you and tell him, baby, you ain't got to work at McDonald's no more. I got a house. I got a car. You can come on over here. I can hire an electrician. So what? You don't do that to men. So don't think you can stand in the back and bark like a chihuahua, because I hate those little dogs. If you have XYZ resources available and this is what you are basing your standards upon, then own it. But don't stand back and be like, I can do just as good as him, because you are not doing just as good as him. I'm willing to share with the woman what I have. Your selfish butt ain't offering up jack. Sorry.
All right, to the next comment. And once again, we're chopping up the junk that people say. The topic was, in a relationship, for the man that's providing for you, what do you bring to the table? This next person said, taking care of a woman is a choice.
True.
If that's not what you are into, cool. True. Then get a woman that has a career and will split the bills and responsibility 50-50 with you. But you can't complain that she isn't serving you and being submissive after you ask the equality, laugh out loud, because you're gonna both equally work, cook, clean, and take care of the kids and bills. But if you want a traditional wife, you gotta be a traditional man. I know, right? I'm
cut off at the butt.
Okay.
that was it was a lot. Okay. It ain't nothing to chop up, because I agree with the vast majority of what you said. But once again, it's that word salad. You just keep throwing more and more and more, make the question useless.
Right. So, all right. So,
up to the butt.
But if you want a traditional wife, you got to be a traditional man. No whining about having to provide. Simple. So I reply back to her, you still didn't tell me what you bring to the table. Just a bunch of excuses.
Okay.
Because the question is, once again, for the man that's providing for you, what are you bringing to the table? You gave me, you danced around all over the question. That wasn't, you didn't answer the question.
What's what I'm looking for?
Deflecticon.
Do it again.
Deflecticon.
Exactly. All that was right there was a bunch of deflection there, because you didn't answer the question. You see, when you ask a man a question, we give you a direct answer. I don't have to give you these what ifs and all that stuff. And if you want tradition, the question is, we're talking about the man who's providing for you. What are you bringing to the table?
Well, let me jump up to the butt.
Okay.
You're right. Now, ladies, all this crap about 50-50, I could be wrong, but the percentage of women offering 50-50, I don't see that. Now, there are some women out there that do take care of their dudes. So I'm not gonna knock that part.
Those 50-50s is like 70-30, 80-20. It's never 50-50.
That's the point. there's a certain percentage of you ladies, not sure how much, that do take care of the dudes they with. There's also a small percentage of 50-50 women out there. But do you really think men are bad at math? After everything you said, that's why men don't really engage on this portion.
And also, hold on. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Also, if you were in a relationship where you could pay 50-50, right? If you could pay that, most men are not going to take the money away from you. It's cool that you got it. For real, think about it. Listen, before my wife became a full-time housewife, she was working the same place we was. We was making the same about money, same, everything the same. But still, when the bills came, it was still 70-30, 60-40. It was never 50-50.
Ever. And
it could have been, but I'm like, nah, baby, keep the extra money. I don't know why, but I like keep extra money so you can do X, Y, Z, what you can do. That's less burden on your shoulder. So it's cool you could do that, but I'll speak me personally. I never, and before I met my wife, I never dated a woman who actually paid 50-50.
I never met one.
Never met one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All the talk. I know women who make more money and can't do 50-50.
Like, if the rent is $800, she's giving me $200, and I do the rent. Just give me whatever you can.
Well, you know what? Let me break it down real simple.
Go ahead.
That's why I said deflector on that one.
Right.
Here's the math. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. This is important as a man because this is true for most men. How much a month do you spend on clothes? Just as a round number, no guesstimation.
A month for clothes?
Yeah.
Zero.
Okay,
because I'm married.
No.
Okay.
The point being is zero. You might buy clothes, but periodically, unless it's broke, you ain't replacing it. So your clothing budget a month might be $100 a month, maybe.
Not even that.
Yeah. Okay. How much you pay for grooming? Haircut, nails, feet?
Well, when I was getting haircut, I was getting cut every 2 weeks, and it was about $30. So
$60 a month.
Yeah.
What about your feet and your nails?
Don't do that.
No, you don't even do that.
Clip them.
Okay. What about bath stuff like shower gels and fragrances, and how much you spend on toiletries? That's the word.
I may go to Aldi's where they got them combos. You get 2 for $8, something like that.
But you buy that every month.
Every month,
exactly.
Right? No.
So a month, it costs me $100 a month to be a man.
Oh, I got you. I missed it. I missed it when you was coming with that. You're right.
It do cost me. It costs me $100 a month to be a man, maybe, right? Because we easy. Now, how much it costs to be a woman? How much are your nails? Your nails. You got to get your nails done every 2 weeks or once a week? I don't even know. $30-$40 a pop. Your feet too.
No.
So you're looking at 50, right?
Yeah. So the feet, the whole manicure and pedicure all together, it's about $100-something, or maybe 80.
Okay, $100. I don't know. Okay, how much about toiletries and stuff? Like I buy toiletries. You bought yourself toiletries, boo. I just needed some Libra 2000. That's my shampoo. That's my conditioner. That's my soap.
Right. We buy the all-in-one. I don't have one for each category. I buy one. There's space here, and I get it. Men, women are different. I get it for the body and stuff. But I'm saying, what Steph was breaking down to y'all, if y'all didn't know, based on the topic that the video I'm talking about, what you bring to the table, and lady, she broke down all the things she provides for the man, and she broke down toiletry, clothes, and Steph the Child is debunked it right now, and I missed it, but yeah, it don't cost that much money to take care of myself.
It doesn't.
So you telling me you bring that to the table is like, that's nothing.
Exactly.
What else? The cooking is the only one. I don't think she said cooking. The lady who said that. I don't think she said cooking, but if she did, that may be the only plus thing you might get positive for. Outside that was nothing you said.
Well, so with that being said, let's just throw out a round number. All of these people expect to be 6-figure workers. So this is above my pay grade. But let's be real. Even if I'm making 6 figures, I'm still not spending more than $200 a month on toiletries or whatever, unless I'm a metrosexual. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that, right?
No, you're right. Because I mean, if I'm not doing it now, what I'll do with all the money?
Okay. So let's roll with that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
$200 a month will take care of all my toiletries and the cost of me being a man.
Man, I won't flow toiletry around if I spend $200 a month.
But if a woman making 6 figures, she could easily spend $1,000 a month on toiletries, hair, nails, and just being a woman. Personal items, bras, panties, 17. I don't care. She could easily, if she making $100K a year, she's spending at least $1,000 a month on herself. End of that sentence. So at this point, that's that. Before you even go anywhere, I saved $800 this month. You spent $1,000. So when I tell you, babe, you got your half of the rent, you already $1,000 in the hole. So you know what, babe? I'll pay a little bit more on the rent. I'll pay a little bit more on the light bill. So that's where you get your 60-40, your 70-30, your 80-20, because you spent more money on being a woman than I have to spend on being a man. That's why being single for men, single dudes stack cheese. Single women broke as heck. Why? Because it don't cost me as much just to be a man as it costs you to be a woman.
Message.
All right? So that part right there would sit 50-50. Even if it was 50-50. Babe, you made $2,000. I made $2,000. We got $2,000 in bills. So I guess both of us should put in $1,000 on the bill, right? That means that you got 1,000 left and I got 1,000 left, right? Except for you spent your other 1,000 on being a woman. Now you mad at me for having 800 in my pocket, so I got to pay for the movies. I got to pay for the nights out. I got to pay for the entertainment, and I got to give you extra spending money because guess what? You broke. So guess what? Now this 50-50, I still ended up giving you hundreds of extra dollars every single month. Quit all that garbage by 50-50. Y'all don't play that game.
Mic drop. All right. So the same person responded when I said, okay, you still didn't tell me what you bring to the table, just a bunch of excuses. So the follow-up message to that is pretty long too, so I'm sure we're going to break it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to chop that.
She said, excuses where? To me, this is a very simple. This is about exception. It should, right. This is about exceptions and communication. Okay, it is about communication. I agree, yes. Mm-hmm. The guy in the video is expressing frustration with a kept woman because he doesn't see or understand her value. So, once again, buying toiletry, washing clothes is a value that men are looking for in girlfriends and wives. Let's start right there. That's what you're basing on. Like, once again, when I was looking to get married, because I'm married, but when I wasn't looking into my wife to see if she could buy me clothes.
Nope.
I wasn't looking at her to see if she had toiletry for me.
Nope.
I was looking at her if, you know what I'm saying, how she kept the house or her apartment. I mean, that played around when I went to her house to see how she was, because I went to her house, she had drawers and panties all over the place. Oh, it'd have been done right there, right? But that was it. Okay, nice crib, clean, smell good, check box done. I'm cool. That means when she come to my house gonna smell good, check box, all that good stuff, right?
My mama taught me how to clean up.
Right. What do you think I was doing before you got in the picture? So that's no value. If you think those are values, you're the problem, and I can see why most women are think like she does. Go ahead.
Well, let me add color to that too. Just to be, once again, I'm always on that point. So I'm divorced. I have been married. I'm divorced.
How long though?
4 years.
No, not divorced, but how long you been married?
14. I did 14 years.
There we go. Let's put that in there. Let's put that in there. I wasn't years count.
It wasn't no fly-by-night relationship. Mm-hmm. 14 years in she didn't like to cook for me. Right? She wasn't the cleaning, the washing. Here's the thing, because we got 2 kids, and guess what? She got both of my kids, child support. Here it goes though. Since you've left, you still have to cook and clean for yourself and 2 other people.
Which happened to be boys.
Which happened to be boys.
Which gonna be men.
So
okay. Men.
So you still cooking and cleaning for 2 other men. You still washing clothes for 2 other men. You still have to cater to the needs of 2 other men. You just didn't want to do it for a 3rd man, who, oddly enough, was the one providing you the opportunity to have some breaks in your cooking and cleaning, because my mother did raise me as a single woman. Listen, ladies, mama's raised. I know how to wash clothes just as well as a woman. I grocery shop. I buy my own grocery. I wash my own clothes. I clean my own house. And that's inside the house. And outside the house, I still keep my grass cut and my cars washed. And when I do need an electrician, I might have to hire an electrician, but it's probably real that I might be able to fix it myself. That includes minor plumbing problems.
Or know a guy friend who could do it for you.
Oh, we need to get to the hookups.
That's resources.
We need to get to the hookups.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you know, because I got an HVAC dude. That's my brother right there, and he saved me thousands of dollars over the last couple decades. Thousands. If you got a friend who do HVAC, bruh. Okay, so let's say as a man, once again, you can hire. What she say in the video? She can hire an electrician.
You're right.
Okay. Minor electrical issues done. Minor plumbing issues done. Computer issues up to actually more advanced computer issues because it's what I do. Done. Automotive repair done. Personal security done. So all the stuff you can hire somebody to do, I bring that to the table. I bet I don't remember my ex-wife ever throwing, oh, Ed, damn it, I gotta quit saying my name.
Seth, the
I
third
know.
child.
Seth, you changed the oil in my car. Here go $50 for the oil change. Never happened. Oh, you took my car in and got the tires changed for me. Here go the money for the tires. Never happened. She just assumed it was my job to put tires on her car, and she took it as such and walked off. So quit telling me what you can hire somebody to do. Stay single and keep on doing it, and I'll keep stacking my cheese because it's cheaper to be a man than a woman. I'm sorry, keep going.
So, continue from the comment. If that type of partnership doesn't fit his lifestyle, then don't get into that type of relationship. It's simple. See, if it's that simple, there'll be a lot of married couples out there.
No, that's why you got Friday. That's why you got Monday through Friday.
Listen, if it was that simple, there'd be a lot of married people. There'll be less single mothers raising kids by yourself. If it was that simple, right? But anywho, sorry, those things that she's mentioned, she brings to the table, do have value, but apparently not to him. Once
because
again,
he's a man. He already has it. I'm sorry. Keep going.
No. I gotta stop there again. See, women, ladies, you're not asking your men what they want. You're not asking them what they need. Like, at the end of my video, I challenge to anyone who's listening. I'm gonna challenge you again. Talk to your father, your uncle, your brothers, your cousins, any male figure that you know. You ain't gotta be messing with them. The guy you know, if you have a friendship with a guy, ask him this question: what do you need from a woman? And I guarantee, besides cooking, everything on the list that she stated is not on the list. So what do you think men really care about? That's not value. House clean, toiletry.
Mary Mason. Mary Mason's $250 a month.
Really? That's what women think values to men. This is why we're all struggling in these relationships, or not even getting a relationship, because y'all can't get past the basics. Mm-hmm. If I'm a single guy in the street right now, and I want to tell him what she brings to the table, oh, I can do this and this. I'm like, but you didn't mention nothing about me. Well, that is for you. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Wait.
Well, once again, I just want to reiterate, it's not for me. Everything that you mentioned that you bring to the table, if you were single, you were still going to do everything on that list. You were still going to cook, clean, wash clothes. How hard is it to do that for somebody else if you were already doing it? And with the added caveat that that person is paying a larger share of the household bills than you. I'm never going to let women slide on that. If she got a real man, he's paying the majority of the bills. Even if she does have to work, he's still paying the majority of the bills. Let's keep going.
So she says, but there are some men who are looking for that type of partnership because it's creates peace and easement in their life. Sound like this guy's definition of bringing something to the table is based around finances. So he should be with a woman that comes with a career and provide and contribute to our household financially. She may not do all the other things because she has a career, but that's the trade-off. See, once again, You still didn't answer the question.
Nope.
The question is, and I'm gonna say it again, so the listeners, the question is, for the man who's providing for you and your family and your kids, right? What are you bringing to the table? So, okay, Seth, you want to say something before
I know, because I mean, once again, I wish I could frame this statement properly, but ladies, that's a deflecting statement. You're a deflecticon. The problem.
You gotta play it.
Deflecticon.
See, the point is here, in my opinion, when it comes to, personally for myself, I call that a trap question, right? And when I say it's a trap question, I mean it just that way. Ladies, you can't equal what a man brings to the table. It's not your job, not your responsibility. You ladies need to learn math. This ain't got, when she said it sounds like finances. See, that's her using a big word for a 4-letter word, math. Okay? If you really want to be honest, a relationship, a woman, her intangibles, if she makes money, that's fine. But Kevin Samuels has proven. This lady was like, oh, I make a 6-figure job, blah, blah, blah. He was like, how much did you spend on your man? Huh? What? How much have you spent on your man? She was like, maybe $600.
On some Jordans because he graduated. She bought him a gift, but
exactly.
Outside of that, we use.
Even when I was married, the divorce taught me a lot of stuff. Outside of my birthday, anniversary, Valentine's Day,
Father's Day,
and Father's Day, and we are never gonna stand up here and act like it was some awesome stuff. It cost me a heck of a lot more to be a good man to her than for her to buy me something to be happy with. Okay, I got one pair. I got a pair of boots. I got a pair of nice insulated boots. 1 year. I was happy with those boots too.
1 year. Lady said 1 year.
Yeah,
he was married for 14 years though.
Yeah. Now, but I was happy with those boots. I bought, honestly, dollar for dollar, I spent over $2,000 on her and both of my sons' Christmas. The equivalent dollar amount of stuff that I got might have been $200 because I went and found the boots she bought, and I was like, wow, this all they costed. I was a little hurt when I was like, this is it. I just spent 2 stacks on everything, and this is how much she spent on me. She had her own job, and she only, in my ad, like, math, I'm a math dude. She spent about 20% of the bills. 75% of her paycheck stayed in her own pocket. I ain't saying that. 25% of the bill, which just barely covered what I would consider her car insurance. So before y'all get all in your head, yeah. Anyway, that kind of stuff right there. It adds up over years. So quit acting like this is even some kind of thing. Learn to do math before you start talking outside of your neck.
Also, she said, what the woman brings to the table depends on a relationship and the needs of a relationship. No, it's not a one-size-fits-all.
That ain't true. Because my house, I'm going to bring a house and a car and a strong back and my ability to fix computers and my ability to work on a car and do lawn work and fix house. I'm going to bring that to every relationship. It's what I have in my pocket.
Now, that's Seth the Dark Child there. So what I respond, which is cool, what I respond back to her, and I said crazy. Mature men know the basics for any relationship. And this is still the same. For all men across the board, I'm going to say all in this one.
That's what we have in our pocket. Keep going.
Right? So what we bring to a relationship, and which is the foundation of a relationship, is being a provider, leader, and protector. Now, on top of those 3 things, that's the foundation of any relationship that most mature men are getting into. That's the foundation. And that one size fits all relationship.
It's what I have in my pocket. This is what I brought
that
with
simple. So when you say, woman, you don't have a foundation, that's the problem. Y'all don't have a foundation. It's based on condition. Well, it depends what I bring to the table. No, because it doesn't for a man. Men are taught at young ages we need providers, protectors, and leaders. I don't care how you do it. Now, does every man does that? No. But still, Most men know that. If you go around and ask a man what he brings to the table, or just ask him the basis of what he brings to the table. You're gonna hear some finances, protection, and leadership somewhere in there.
Yep.
It may be said differently, but it's gonna be out there. And I was in the room last night in Clubhouse, and a lady asked what you bring to the table outside of finances, right? And I said leadership and protection. It's like, that's it. I said, yeah, that's the foundation. I can build on top of that, but you need a leader and you need protection. If you ain't got those two things, you ain't got nothing. And another guy said it's similar thing. Protection and leadership, guidance, whatever. It's how you word it. Same thing. Guidance, leadership, same thing. Protection, safety, same thing. Right? The same thing.
It's all the same.
Regardless.
I think you need to add skills, because men acquire skills that are useful to the house.
Yes. And once I said, and I make it very clear, mature men. And this is gonna be guys from 35 years and up, because that's at the point in your life you should be done with school or done with your trades or whatever you're doing, and you should be fully in your career. And at that time, at 35 years and up, which is the minimum, that you should be making good money where you can provide for a family. So from 18 to 34, the man is still trying to figure himself out. It's a fact. And the fact that you women don't know this, that is a problem.
Well,
but anyway, so that's what I'm put out there. Go ahead, Seth.
Yeah, I just, once again, everything you just said, I agree. I just want finance, protection, my willingness to take a bullet for you and protect you.
Die for you.
And you know what? That's one of your main complaints right now. So quit acting like that ain't important. Men don't protect us no more. You forfeited that. That's on you. Protection, finance, leadership, and I want, like, say, skills. Those skills I bring to the family save us money all the time. You can talk all you want to, but if I can do something that we don't have to hire somebody else to do, that's more money for us to take vacations. That's more money for our kids to go to college or something, right? It ain't just that. So don't be downplaying it. This is my thing. This is a personal anecdotal story. That's what.
No, you good?
I mean, back in the day, I was dating a chick. Her mom was an old school lady. She was a seamstress in her home country.
Okay.
I was like, a seamstress? Yes. Your mom make clothes, repair stuff, embroider stuff. I thought that was the awesome thing, because I seen her mama do some nice projects, right?
Right.
So I'm like, wow, your mom a seamstress? So can you do this? No. Your mom ain't offered. Now I don't want to learn how to do that. Huh.
You know what? That might be another topic. Okay. And the topic is that these women that's in their 30s and 40s now, they resented their mothers, what they did growing up. And they saw what their moms supposedly went through. And it's like, you know what? I'm be better than her. Be better,
but I mean, learn more.
No, but you just put it right there. That story right there, that she went and did what her mom did, what makes good money. I wonder what she did. Like her mom was beneath. Like, I'm not doing what she's doing. That's nothing. Like, she dismissed with the mom, but your mom made sure you have food every day. I'm pretty sure she made clothes for you. I'm pretty sure you were looking nice every day.
Not to mention a seamstress.
And that's a skill.
You be like, whoa, who you know a seamstress? But I'm like, yo, this lady make dress. She made prom dresses for folks. This is
prom dress is expensive. Prom dresses, wedding dresses, semi-formal dresses. Yeah. Men.
Alterations.
Listen, men rent stuff. Women, y'all buy stuff.
Exactly.
Big difference. My wedding suit, rented. My prom, rented. Semi-formal, rented. Wore it, take it back, never wore it again. So, but anyway, I digress.
I mean, we can keep it. I would just say, like I say, she made her prom dress. She made her best friend's prom dress.
It's a skill.
She made but at the same time, now that my friend has a daughter, and where her prom dress coming from? Because her mom's done got old now. She can't do what she used to do.
She going somewhere else and paying.
So now you got to go pay for it. You know, your mom had the skill, and she could have taught you the skill.
Pass it on to you.
But you chose, and once again, you didn't bring that to the relationship for us.
And also, that same concept about a skill that's passed on, but doesn't get passed on because you don't want to learn. It's the same thing with cooking. I don't want to be in the kitchen all day,
but
that is a skill, and you just passed it because you didn't want to be in the kitchen slaving for no man or anybody.
So
so now you get in your late 30s in a relationship and someone asks you what kind of recipe you got. Oh, I can read it. Okay, but what can you make from scratch? Nothing.
Yep.
That is a problem. Or what is your special dish? Oh, I'm making mean macaroni.
What?
I said, what is your go-to dish? Macaroni? No meat.
No.
A side dish. Your side dish is your end all be all.
Do you know how to put a roast in the oven? No, it's literally put the roast in a pan in the oven.
For some hours. Now, of course, you got to thaw it out. You got to season it. But
I'm saying that
I know the basics.
It's hard to get hard with. It's like baked chicken. Put a little season on it. Put some foil and put it in the oven. 40 minutes later, it's done. But you know what? Once again, keep these skills. Even though I chose seamstress, it's all of it. You chose not to learn the things men might have wanted from you, and you chose not to learn something that you could bring to a relationship. Now you mad because people asking you what you bring to a relationship, and outside of WAP, you arguing.
And you talking about your degree. But anyway, so I'm off that person. So another person comment, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, the topic that so the topic today is the junk that people say, and we're chopping down the conversation I had last week, and the topic was in a relationship for a man that's providing for you. Listen, providing for you. What are you bringing to the table? This lady stated, this dude wants something else. He'll grow old and alone. Shame, shame. And of course, we got facts to that. There's more women than men, and more women are dying alone than men is. That's a fact.
Well, wait. Men die alone too. Nobody cares. I don't care if I never marry somebody else, I'm fine. Me being single, and the worst part about it, when I die, hopefully I'll be on a beach somewhere with a Corona in my hand, and I'll watch one last sunset before the lights go out on my life. I'm fine. You are the ones who cling to life tenaciously like a vampire, who use up all the social services, who can't help but be lonely in a retirement center with, you know what I'm saying? Men go through the same thing.
I might go to a random place just so I can do a head count. Is it how many men and women are in this old home?
Exactly.
I'll be shocked. I want to know that.
And once again,
because that's what I do. See, you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, I just don't talk because I just like to talk. I do research.
Exactly.
I just do research to speak on these topics because I don't speak from a place where I feel this, I feel that. I'm going to give you statistics. And I don't know why you as a woman who have all these degrees don't do your own research before you open your mouth and say something. You just say whatever feels good to you.
Because they need to be right.
And I was in a room last night, a big room in Clubhouse, like 200 plus people in this room. And just having a conversation, about the black community overall as a whole. And the guys were saying this and women saying this, but the woman dropped this word and calls God misogynist. Is that right?
Yeah.
And the guys, she took the various way to say, all right, before we continue this conversation, tell us what that means.
Didn't even know.
She didn't know. Well, he got to ask me nicely, no, because he did ask me nicely the first time.
So she deflected.
Hold up.
I'm bro.
Deflected con.
Yes, she deflected and somebody said to be nice, and then look how it happened, and she's left the room. But she never answered the question.
Nope.
I said, because you're having a conversation. So women, men's going to challenge you. When you drop certain words out there, you need to know what they mean. And you calling a guy that he hates women, because that's what misogynist mean, a guy who hates women. And that's all cat right there. I never met a guy who hates women. Now, I'm not getting to that group. We're going to just talking right now. I'm talking for people that I know.
They are out there.
They're out there. But I'm talking about for the mature men that I know, and I've been around. I've been around a lot of men. Like, don't like, oh, that's a small circle. I don't have a small circle. Like, I moved from Atlanta to Georgia, and I live in Florida.
No, Philly.
I'm sorry. I moved from Atlanta, right? I moved from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Atlanta, Georgia. Then I moved to Tampa, Florida, and I moved back. That's the places I live. Ain't about where I travel, but I talk to people. I have friends, I have families all over the world. And I do mean world too. My wife's Jamaican, she has family all over the world. But the point I make, I talk to people. Facebook, social media, Instagram, YouTube. I watch content, I watch videos, I read books. Not as much though. I gotta do better. But I'm being honest with y'all. But I do a lot of research. So when y'all say that stupid comment, that's your circle. Well, I don't know everyone. I'm not gonna say I know everyone, but I got there's more resources to read and get information in the world, and I do a little research. So that's one thing that y'all don't do. Y'all speak from your feelings and try to shame because you can't answer the question, and the cap gotta stop.
Yeah, I know. Once again, I always want to add a little color to the same thing. Here's the thing. Men, unfortunately, for you people, we learn from our mistakes, and an intelligent man learns from the mistakes of the men around him. This y'all had better recognize. I know I've spoken about this years ago. The internet changed the rules. When Kevin Samuels speak, you might be in there listening to argue. I don't like how, the ladies, I don't like how you said it. I don't like your tone. You are missing part of the conversation. He is teaching. Men are learning. His words over the last year, there's no doubt that he has changed. He's created a change out there in the world that is tangible.
Just watch his $1 million, not $1 million, but when he hit 1 million subscribers, he had the show. And people called in and they gave their testimony. Sorry.
Oh, that's it. Now and that's not to say that, because everybody has somebody they touch. I'm not gonna say that. Y'all women are not listening. Men are begging for help, begging for somebody to say the words they need to say, and we are listening, we are hearing, and we are changing our behaviors. We can, if you look at videos on YouTube over the last year, even on the female channels, listen to the complaints and the words and the things that they're talking about. And it's getting worse because, honestly, let's say an army does need a general. And my goodness, if this dude hasn't put himself forward as a general, ladies, who are y'all generals? Who are y'all following? And because Kendra G not going to cut it. Lonnie Love not going to cut it, and she is not prepared to deal with the general we've chosen as our front runner. Just saying.
So, the same person. So I replied back to him. I said, "Men don't die alone. I mean, they do, but Seth already said already. But what should a woman bring to the table? It's easy to shame a man and say, grow old and die alone. But the question I replied back to, I said, will he be happy though? Like, y'all be acting like a guy who's single who may die alone wasn't happy. Are you sure? Are you sure he wasn't happy?
There's articles about this.
Are you sure? Like, are you sure?
We tend to get much happier after 40, don't we?
Like, I was happy being alone back in my bachelor's day when I had my own crib.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a twin, so I had to share everything with my twin brother. Once I got my own crib, I had my own place, I was happy. And I controlled everything. So I had people come through when I want, but they came through, and guess what? They left afterward. I had my place to myself. So you say die alone?
That might be preferable. How about this? Just anecdotal evidence. This is my life I'm talking about. When I was married, I stressed over retirement. I stressed over how my kids were going to go to college. I stressed over keeping a roof over my house. I stressed over keeping gas in the car and the car running. It killed me. When I got divorced, I went through about 6 months to a year of absolute mental agony getting divorced.
He did.
After that, though, my life is much, much, much better after that. It's so much better that I will never put myself in a position to have another person impact my life like that. So don't think when men die alone, you might be using a stupid argument there, because what you want out of a relationship and what I want out of a relationship is different.
Facts.
So that's a foolish statement to make.
Right. So then, of course, this person, she said, I will never, in all caps, answer this question to any man ever, in capital.
I wish he'd have said that like 17 paragraphs ago.
right. And you know what I said to her? I said, that's fair.
See,
listen, you know what I mean?
That's all we wanted.
Now, somebody else came after me and said, she probably can't.
But see, now, no, man,
hey.
you kicked the dang on bed.
Right. You said all that to say what? Right? Like, okay. Listen, once again, I don't have conversation just to get in a fight with someone and belittle them. And I try to have an intelligent conversation to try to get to a point. You see, y'all won't get to a point because you won't have this conversation. You won't get out your own way, out your own feelings, and like, you know what? Let me step to the other side and let me see, what does a man really want? Because I say it all the time and think about what does a woman need and what she wants, because that's my constant job, because I'm a husband to my wife. So I always got to think of ways to make her happy and X, Y, Z. I'm always thinking about these things. And he said it's the perfect thing. When you married, I'm always constantly worrying about finances. I'm always constantly worried about the maintenance of the cars, because the wife, most of the time when she go out and go shopping, do X, Y, Z, she has the kids. Gotta make sure the car don't break down, something happens, she has the kids. I'm always thinking about the house. I'm always thinking about, even right now during this pandemic, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully all providers or people will come to work for them, but like, oh, you can't come out to work or work for us if you don't get a shot. Well, I need to make sure if that happens, hopefully it doesn't happen, but like, I still got his house got paid for it. I got to focus on, let me get my resources up, and money put to the side. So if something do happen, we can't survive. I don't lose my house and be out in the street, because that's the stress and responsibility that the man must have all the time. See, I'm always thinking about that. I'm always thinking about, what if there's a house fire? Where we gonna go?
Yep.
I mean, yes, I have insurance, but I have insurance, but no one wants to go through the whole process of buying everything all over again. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Yes, insurance is good to have, but buying everything, some stuff you can't get back. It's just precious. It's sentimental value. But once again, these are thought processes that men, or at least I do, think about all the time. What's that too? You just stated. So I'm just clarifying, like, yes, that's the things we think about. And on top of that, I'm thinking about retirement.
Yep.
And I'm thinking about retirement for me and my wife.
Yep.
On top of that, I got 2 kids, a 9-year-old and 7-year-old. I'm thinking about them college. I'm thinking about them 16, driver license, cars, because I got 2 of them. So I got to buy 2 cars, college, insurance, health. I'm always thinking about all those things
that just come with being married.
Is this there? So my mind and brain has never stopped working. I'm always looking for extra hustle, legal hustle. That's why I have the show here, the Dachopteam, that you're watching right now on all platforms, because that's a way to get monetized. You got YouTube. Go ahead.
No. Everything you say, I just want to add, because it popped into my head.
Yeah.
By the way, all these things I'm worrying about, the extra money, the scared, the if I hear a bump in the night, I got to jump up and grab my gun. See, honestly, I still got to defend myself. But if your wife behind, it's scared, you got extra pressure. And the worst part about it is, everything that we talking about, very little of that directly benefits us. All the extra stress isn't directly benefiting me. People, provider males do a lot more for you than simply put food on the table.
Hold on. Had to put the mic back up just so I can drop it again on. Mic drop.
You know what I'm saying?
Hand claps. All that. Yes. To our own home over here.
Exactly.
Because people don't understand. So when we do ask the question, when you're in a relationship that's mine is providing for you, what are you bringing to the table? It's not really a wrong well, there is wrong answers, but I want you to really think about it, because we just gave you an example of outline of people that are in a relationship, because we're providers. These are things that we're constantly thinking about, and guess what? They just don't go away.
Nope.
Now, if I get Larry, then yes, a lot of stress can go away, because I'll be financially set. You understand what I'm saying? House paid off. I got money for vacation.
If we was Kevin Samuel, if we was the high value men Kevin Samuels was talking about, we might not be having this conversation. But the blue collar barbershop dude,
there we go.
This is real for us.
Right, because everyone can't be a high earner. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
I mean, like, but you know, when we look at the top, and think about black man, this is what, 15%, 10%?
Top 15% earn more than 75.
So think about it for a minute. So that's out of 100%. 15% is that. So that's not every black man.
Nope.
Every black man, and we're taking out the athletes and all of them too. We take them on down, you know, that they're different. The average man who works from college, school, and works his way up, that's still a low number. We're both educated. We got degrees. So it's not like we didn't do nothing with our life. It's just everyone can't be that top 50% guy, which is cool. We understand that. But when we ask these questions, and you just say bunch of nothing, this is, and mind you, the young generation is watching. See, we're having
kids are savages.
Yes, they are. And you have to understand, our situation may not change because we're late in our age and career, but the young men, the young boys, they're paying attention to what's going on in the world, and they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that simple. You can go like the woman. Your value as a woman is actually dropping, especially if I was 16, 18, young pup, and I want to date a girl, right, and I want to be serious with her, and she give me her TikTok name or her Instagram name, and I can see everything on social media. I don't want her.
Nope, they don't. They don't.
They
don't.
If you posting everything that it's funny because everything that when we was younger we used to ask for pictures for, I can go to TikTok and see it. I can see you in a 2-piece, 1-piece bikini, your butt cheek hanging out, your boobs. We see all that on Instagram and Twitter. So no, and on top of that, I see all the comments. Like, I'm not competing with all that.
I just wanted to joke.
Yeah,
I remember when I was younger, I had a shoebox
of pictures.
Actually, I still got the shoebox actually way back in the closet of when you go with a girl, you ended up the only picture you might have got of her if you was her school pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Maybe you might have got a Polaroid or two.
I got some Polaroids.
But nowadays, like you say, dude, these kids can see like 10,000% more than we could. I saw school pictures and some Polaroids. I got moving video of you in your bathing suit on the acting stupid. I ain't see that unless I was lucky enough to go to the beach with you. That add up, ladies. You're too visible. You're too visible. There's no mystery.
Because once again, they're competing. They're all not all women. I'm saying as far as a single woman, they're competing for the same type of guy.
All of
that is the problem. So that's why we can have this conversation. You could dislike it, like it. It doesn't make. Listen, it doesn't hurt us.
Our life.
Right. It doesn't hurt our life because in the day, I can choose if I want to die or not. Right. Regardless, except he's divorced, but he still, if he chooses to be with somebody, he can do that. Even at his age, he can still.
I'm like Biggie Smalls, heartthrob never, black and ugly as ever. However,
put you down to the socks.
Okay, so this ain't a humble brag. Yeah, I do not make $100K a year. I make close enough to it so that I can eat in the same restaurants and I can take the same trips. So that number, I'm definitely. The top 15% earn more than 75K. The top 9% earn more than 100K. So I'm not at the beginning part of the 15%, more like 13, 12, 10%. All right. So that's not hitting my own horn. That's saying that I have options.
And listen, and then your boys are not boys; they're teenagers, soon to be men.
Yeah, I'm bruh.
You done.
I'm so bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Half of my CS fall off in September. Anyway,
so just ladies,
living alone,
and it's crazy too. If Seth the Darkchild decides he want to have another family, he can still do that
anytime I felt like it.
Not saying he wants to, but he has the option to do that.
Well, when I turn 50, I'm gonna be honest with you. I decide when I turn 50, I'm gonna look for an LTR.
Okay.
So I'm almost 75% sure it will not be black. I'm thinking Hispanic or Asian. I can't push myself to the white side of the street.
Right.
But yeah, when I finally decide that an LTR is something, I am going to put myself in a position to find someone of I'm gonna try different ethnicity.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm sure there's someone right there, and you said that got triggered. But it was like, hold on.
I don't see none of them throwing their panties in my direction, so I'm okay with that.
But I'm saying, listen, you gave 14 years to one.
No, I gave 20.
Oh, my bad.
14 married.
My bad. He gave him right. So you can't knock a guy who didn't try. He did 20. The most average marriage don't last until 5 or 7 years. So he done. Yeah, three times. No, just about 3 times. Sometimes 21, but still, you know what I mean? Those people don't make it that long. But ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end, and this is really this is the junk that people say, and we just read some comments and chopped them up. It's just like what you're saying doesn't make any logic, doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help you, and it damn sure is not helping the community.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking this process, I feel bad if you are mentoring any other women under you, young girls, I feel bad because you tell them, girl, get your bag, F these dudes, all that, and it's like, wow. Well, which is cool because that's what we're telling our young fellas. You know, me and Seth have different messages. I'm saying, fellas, if you decide you want to get married, wait till you're 40. At that time, you're fully in your adulthood.
I don't know, man.
I'll let you rock. You have all the money resources that you need. You should be well off in your career, and hopefully at 40, you may be at the point in life where you're ready to settle down, but may not be. But at least at 40, you'll know at 40 if you want to have kids, if you want a wife and family, you're going to know at that age. So navigate the life properly. But if you want to start a family, remember, 40 years old, and 3 things. You got to be able to make sure you can change your last name, change your lifestyle, and change your address. If you can't do those 3 things, don't do it. And that's Twin Zinc's side of the relationship. Because I still believe men and women should be together because we are strong together, especially in the Black community. But overall, men and women should be together. No one should be alone.
I agree with that part.
Now, Seth, your turn in the closing.
Okay, I'll keep it simple.
Go ahead.
No. I mean, because I agree with that part. Men and women do need each other. Lord knows, having a woman by your side, having a woman who is a valued member, part of your life, does make life better. There's no doubt. Unfortunately, too many women, once again, have used their powers for evil, so now they're supervillains. But that's
a show.
On the other side of that coin, I don't advocate marriage, period. I don't. The rules of marriage are too unbalanced. And I don't know what has to happen in the world for that to change, but I will never advocate anyone sign a marriage license in a first world country. White, Black, Hispanic, first world country, I cannot advocate it. Secondly, though, having children. I would say have your children early, personally. So if you're waiting to 40, I would say have your children early. Here's the thing.
Well, no. I did say have a family, kids and stuff, but I said if you want, my thing is at 4 years old, if you want to get married at 4 years old, so with that being said, you can have kids at any age, in my opinion, but go ahead, continue what you're saying.
Well, as my justification, have kids anywhere, but fellas, I don't know about you ladies, whatever, fellas, please recognize you're going to pay child support. If you don't pay child support, you are becoming such a small percentage of men who are on child support that at this point, you got a better chance of paying. As a Black man, you got as much chance of paying child support as you do as a Black woman got of being married. It's only like 24%. So you got a 74% chance of paying child support. Be prepared. If you're going to have kids, fine, do you. Be prepared. But this fantasy, I'm sick of men complaining about paying child support. Bruh, this didn't just happen. This is what they do. This is the world. Own up to reality. It took me I did not own reality. It's there. So have kids whenever you want, but you realize 75% chance you're going to pay child support. If you're comfortable with that, run with it. Marriage, bruh, just don't. Girlfriends act better than wives all day long. You find you a good Sunday girl, maybe, and you're gonna be fine. But if you chasing Friday and Saturday chicks, well, you're gonna be one of them bitter people that ask for what they got. So that's it. It's just the things people say that we're chopping up is learn how to manage your relationship. All the expectations that you thought you had about being in relationships, you need to squash those. Those are done. Women will say one thing and do the opposite, and men tend to believe a word because men believe words. We communicate straightforward with words. Women do not play fair, and you're a fool if you think they do. So that's all I'm gonna say to that part. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Public service announcement for ladies. Do you really want to know how to make your relationship work with a man For real. Any man, if he asks you a question, answer that question immediately, positively or negative, in one sentence. Do you want something to eat? No, no, no. It's yes or no. Do you want to go to a movie? No, no, no. Yes or no. If you learn how to answer the question before you go into your tangent, it will make him happier because he will know which way to jump instead of listening to you for 30 minutes and still not knowing which way to jump. That's all I got.
So for any listener who decided to listen to the full episode, shout out to you. But I want you to comment and let me know if the way that I presented of being in a relationship, do you agree with, or do you press? Matter of fact, type number 1 in the comment if you agree to what I'm saying, and if you agree with Seth, the Dark Child said, press number 2 in the comments. We'll know exactly what that means as far as a relationship. So once again, it's the Chop Team. Thanks for tuning in. Join us next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, we're on all platforms. That's Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, Google. This is a podcast show. But also, we're on YouTube, the Chop Team. Also, Instagram as well. Thanks for all the supporters and everyone out there. And I'm going to give a quick plug again. You see I'm rocking this beautiful chain, right, bling bling. And it was made by this young lady here. Her name is Luna Lady, Crafting Your Curiosity. She made custom jewelry. Really good at it. And yes, we may talk about women, but we also support women too. So we don't hate women. So misogynists, not us. We support them because also the shirt that I made too was made by Belma Custom Creation, the polo shirt. So go out there and support. We love y'all. We out.
Peace.